afternoon. I'm back. The greenhouse is finished, so I can turn my attention back down here to do the layout again and do a lot more work here down here now. I went to the dollar store and bought a whole bunch of plastic with containers with locking lids, and I'm going to clean up. That's going to be next week's project, just to clean up, and we're going to finish up the grout in the mill next week as well. So there'll be a repeat of both here. So my name's Dave. This is McCarroll Siding. My N-scale railroad of a Huron Central short line between Sault Ste. Marie and Sudbury. And today we're going to start to put the grout texture on the roadway foam that I glued down last week. I left it all week to make sure that the foam would be completely adhered. It's not stuck in every spot, but it is down and ready to go. So I'm going to switch the camera over. There we go. And you can see there's a 2-inch paint scraper there. That's how we're going to put the grout on. I'm only going to do a little bit of it, and I don't want this to be a long video, and I don't want to bore you with me doing the whole thing, because it's going to take some time to do the whole thing. So give me a couple seconds, I'll be over there, and we will get started. Okay, here we are. So we have the grout here in the container. I'm going to get up on my little stool here, and we're going to see how this goes. Now this should go about the same as the demo that I did way back when. So all we're doing here is applying the grout onto the foam. Now this basically is to give me texture on the road. And what I'm going to do is put a nice thin coat down here. Of grout. I'm going to try and get this as smooth as possible. And, if I leave a couple of ridges, I'm probably going to sand this anyway. What this also does is all of the seams that are in the foam are going to be filled with this stuff, so that we can grab some more from the container. Like I say, I'm probably going to sand this grout. Use a palm sander or something, so I can get it. Now, in the real mill, this is not pavement. This is all gravel and dirt. that's getting there. I'm not much of a drywaller. Okay, so you can see it goes in pretty good. It's going to leave a nice texture. And I've still got to figure out road markings and stuff, like, you know, center lines and things like that. But again, in the real mill there aren't any markings, so I'm not so sure I'm going to do a lot of that here. So we'll keep going. I want to thank all of you for subscribing. We're at 600 and something subscribers, which I really appreciate. And I do appreciate the comments. I try and answer all of them, except ones that I deem to be of a negative type, that aren't that don't have any constructive criticism. I must admit that in the, what is this, 3 years of this channel, I've only ever had two bad comments. The first one was really instructive. At least the person who left the comment told me what he thought I could improve. And another one was just a comment. It wasn't really. So I mean, I don't mind negative comments if they're constructive, but I don't find comments that aren't constructive useful, because they don't really help me better the channel. Okay, so we're getting so I'm only going to do a little bit of this. I'm not going to do the whole thing, because I don't think that it's worth your time to watch me do the whole thing. As you can see, I'm not sticking right to the foam as an edge. Again, the roads in the actual paper mill are gravel based, which is more or less what this is going to look like when it's done. And so I'm letting some of the grout go over the edges here. Go. And now we'll get some more here. Like I say, this is not going to be a long video. I promise you. Probably the first time I say it, mean it. Like any amateur drywaller, you know that you muck around with the stuff too much. You don't when you watch guys who do it for a living, they go at it like a rocket, and they really do get it on smooth the first time. Okay, put some on here. Now, like I said before on the channel, this is all an experiment. I know like Kathy Millett has a channel on. She had her focus at one point was railroads, and now it's more science fiction and stuff. Science fiction models and tabletop gaming stuff. But she did a lot of stuff with grout, and that's really where I got this idea. It's from her. I didn't invent it. I'm not that smart. Okay, so you know, I'm going to do just a bit more. I don't want to do that because now the one thing I probably would have done different is I would not have put the grout down first here. I would have glued the foam right to the cork subsurface that I use on the whole layout, and then I would have done the grout in these areas, and then so like I said, I'm going to sand this, so don't be too critical of the way the grout's been going on, because it will get some sanding, and that will help smooth out the ridges I'm making here with this. So I'm just going to do one more little piece here. I just want to cover this seam. Now, when I did the original one where I demonstrated the difference between putting it on cork and putting it on the foam, I actually had to come back and do 2 coats of this on the I'm doing a little bit heavier coat this time around. So okay, so we're going to call that good for the day. Like I say, it's just to show you how I go about doing it. Doing the whole thing, it would be too long and not really instructive at all. So there, and then there. Now, there is going to be static grass and other things in here as well. Like, it's not all going to be just like this. But for the most part, what you're seeing with these gray areas here, that's exactly what the mill is like. It is just a succession of hard clay roads, some gravel, but for the most part, just hard clay. All right. So, as I said, I wanted to keep it short, and I think I have. So we're going to do. We're going to let this dry, which will tell me what I have to do on the rest of the roadways here, and then we will start on the basing. Now I want to put lights in the large warehouse. In the middle, where the trucks pull up, they have a green light, and if it's lit, that means the bay is open, and if it's not on, it means the bay has something in it. So we're going to put green lights. I think I have 5 or 6 of them, so I think I'm going to put those in place. So I'm going to go back over there, and we'll call it quits for the day. So I want to thank you for watching. I know this isn't as long as I'm usually a lot more long-winded, but I have this is getting cleaner. It's not super clean, but it's getting cleaner, and I have some ideas for what I'm going to do. And I bought myself new shelves over here, much bigger, much more sturdy, and we're going to fill all of those shelves up with plastic containers like this thing. This one's got all of my my knife blades in it, my razor blades, my scalpel blades, plastic scraping blades, all sorts of stuff. And I'm going to label all of these things so this old mind remembers what's in each box. So once again, thank you for watching. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, and remember, it's your railroad, and you can build it any way you want.